Well, good evening, everyone. We are coming to you tonight from Asheville, North Carolina, and a place that we have never been. We live just over an hour from it. We've been a lot of places. We've never been to the Biltmore estate and the Biltmore House. So tonight's the night. We always said if we did this, we wanted to see it when?
At Christmas.
At Christmas. So tonight's the night. We are finally going to come to the Biltmore House and the Biltmore estate. Now, we want to tell you just a little bit about it. First of all, the Biltmore House is the largest house in the United States by a lot. It has 175,000 plus square feet. And I say plus because I've had two different stats that I found online. One said 178,900 and one said 175,000. So we're going to say 175,000 plus. That is about 75,000 plus more square feet than the second biggest house in the United States. So this is the biggest house in the United States. To give you an idea how big it is, it has 250 rooms in the Biltmore estate. There are 35 bedrooms, 43 bathrooms. Now, you think about that. Let me put that in perspective. You could use one bathroom a day for a month and a half almost and never have to use the same one twice. You'd start over after 43 days. That's almost a month and a half. The house was built by George Washington Vanderbilt. He visited Asheville from New York back in, I believe, what was the year again? 1889. He came down here, fell in love with Asheville, decided this is where he wanted to build a home in the country, and started construction in 1889. And on Christmas Eve of 1895, the Biltmore House was opened to guests for the first time. So we have heard amazing things about it at Christmas. You had another stat. I'm sorry, I kind of forgot to pause there.
There are 65 fireplaces in the house.
65 fireplaces. So you don't have to fight over a fireplace. There's one for everybody, or there's a few for everybody. So we're going to be going to the Biltmore House when it's all lit up. But first, we're here on the estate. The Biltmore estate is 8,000 acres. It used to be 125,000 acres when Mr. Vanderbilt first bought, but then he sold a lot of the land off for the Pisgah National Forest. So what remains now is 8,000 acres of the Biltmore estate. So go with us tonight to the Biltmore estate. We hope you enjoy this video as much as we think we're going to enjoy making it. So stay with us. 4 parking lots. We are getting ready to go over to the estate now. 5.
A, B, C, D, E.
Okay, I thought it was just through D. Anyway, we are in C. So from C, D, or E, you shuttle over to the house. So that's what we're getting ready to do now. We were told that it is to your advantage to park in one of the further away parking lots because the shuttle gives you more information. Okay, yeah.
So yeah, you come in this way. So basically, if you drive on past, and these are full, you have to drive back.
It don't look like it's that far, though.
No, it really doesn't.
Okay.
But you walk from these.
I don't see why you couldn't walk from that one, too.
I guess you could, but I don't know what the distance is.
Yeah. All right, well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to board a trolley.
Ladies and gentlemen, just like his guest of 1895, I'll be taking you all the way up to the front door. Now, Biltmore has had about 1,000 workers on the estate, clearing the roads, cutting trees. They have worked diligently just to bring you this very special night. Christmas at Biltmore 2024. And in case you missed it, it's that house right there.
And there is the Biltmore House, built 129 years ago. So what we're going to do, we're a little bit here before dark. We're here to see the Christmas lights. There are some shops and another area, I guess, with some dining over there to the right.
We're going to find the gardens.
Yes, we're going to find the gardens. We're going to show you around. Okay, so be aware of these rules before you enter. This is what you can and can't take in. And the small bags, you had to leave your purse because of that. So be aware of the size regulations there. Hold this on me right quick. Let me go ahead and go over the... Also, if you're here doing a YouTube video like we are, or just recording for your own personal use, either one, you're not allowed to bring a gimbal in here. So I had to switch from the camera with a gimbal to the camcorder that I'm holding in my hand because it has the built-in gimbal. but you're not allowed to bring sticks or gimbals or large cameras in. I'm not sure what's defined as a large camera, so I'm hoping I don't have any problem with the camcorder.
This is handheld, I'd say.
Yeah, I would say it's okay, but just be aware of that. If you're here to record a vlog, you can't bring a gimbal stick in. So, just wanted to let everybody be aware of that. The cool thing is, I didn't bring my drone. I just figured it was prohibited. I have not seen one sign, even on the website, prohibited things. Drones are not mentioned.
No, it's not.
I cannot imagine they would want you doing that here, but I always think of that anywhere I go now. But I haven't seen anything that says it's prohibited. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you can. I'm just telling you I didn't find anything that said not to. A little outdoor dining area here.
After I get back home.
And when you walk under this, it gets warm all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So it looks like over here's a sandwich shop. Got coffee bar and sandwiches. Okay, so down here by the restrooms, they do have lockers in case you do need to store a larger item or whatever, and they're free, which I'm surprised by that. Pretty much any theme park you go to charges you for a locker, but they are free, first come, first served basis. Just for your information. All right, so we're gonna see what kind of shops they've got here. More dining area. There's stable cafe, shopping, and restrooms. Here's a Christmas store and a toy store. You said you want to see both of those. So there they are. So here's the toy store. Oh, that's kind of nice. Kind of nice.
Oh, that one is a bunny.
There's a little Christmas village going across the top up there.
That's a cute thing. Yep.
So you can buy some building blocks and rebuild the estate.
Cedric, the St. Bernard.
Okay, so there's a stable cafe that actually used to be the horse stables at one time. They've turned it into a pretty elegant looking restaurant. So here is the Christmas past. And get you a little ornament of the Biltmore. Don't know how much that is. I think I got that upside down. $22, I think that's what it says. Okay, here's the confectionery. But they got a lot of good, oh yeah. A lot of good looking items in here.
Oh, I know. So good.
We got sparkling juice. Teas, honeys. Popcorn. Old-fashioned stick candy. You gonna get you? I know you like covered pretzels. You gonna get you some Christmas pretzels?
No.
Here's the back side of the case. All kinds of truffles there.
There is also Biltmore, so next to the Healthy on Days items also.
There's some fudge. So how much is the wassail?
I have looked in every place that offers it, and nowhere has it priced. I have checked.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not on the the scanner barcode down there.
Unless I'm overlooking, do you see it?
No, I don't.
Because I've looked, so it's been in different places and I can't find
You
it.
can ask them. What's that?
Massive size peanut butter cup. They got different flavors.
Oh wow! How much is that?
They're now $5.99. They were at $8.
I would have actually thought those would be more expensive than that.
Monster, Cookie Monster,
Let's see what flavors they got of those.
salted
pretzel, Cookie Monster. What's that? S'mores?
s'mores, traditional dark, and sea salt caramel.
I mean, I'm not saying $5.99 is cheap, but here I would expect it to be $8, $9.
Yeah.
So, what's pigs and taters? Milk chocolate with bacon flavored bits and potato chips. I think I'll pass on that.
I actually saw these when we were at the Moon Pie store there in Pigeon Forge, and I think they were $5 or $5. There's a $5.50, so it's
So it's actually comparable.
comparable, yeah.
Cookies and cream bites, cupcake bites. Those probably be pretty good. Do need to mention you can't use cash in here at all.
Yes, cashless.
Yeah.
I have a card.
Finally, the Carriage House shop. This looks to be the biggest store we've been in yet here. Some of the same things the other ones did and a lot more stuff. Let's do a quick pan around here. It'll take forever to go over everything in this one. Still ain't found the price on those.
I've checked every store.
That's not want you to know. Hold on, right there, look behind you.
Where?
Right behind you. On the counter.
I thought the same thing. That's
Is it not?
$5.
Oh. Well, it says Wassail Spice Blend on both of them. I've got an idea. Ask them. What do you think?
Yeah, that was.
Here, we can get a sample of that one.
Oh,
We got a Wassail sample, but this is a different flavor. This is actually a spice blend, and the other was Christmas spice. I don't know what the difference is. So what do you think of that one?
I like it. I always like it.
Yeah, it's good. These Christmas ornaments are part of the Shahuli guy that blows those glass shapes, which would be kind of neat to see, I think. I've seen that ad probably 100 times on YouTube videos, Experience Chihuly. I didn't know what it was until, well,
Recently.
yeah, I guess yesterday. Okay, so that was the shopping area. We're going to now walk over to the garden area, which I just found out we have to leave the security area to see the gardens and then come back through security again. I already got beeped one time because of the camera batteries in my pocket. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take those out first thing. Okay, so we're gonna walk up here now and show you a little bit of the view from the left side of the house. Let's see here. Honestly, not sure what this area is. It looks interesting. Out there in the distance, I have to do at least one peak identification. That is Mount Pisgah. You have seen in one of our fall drives from a few years ago, we stopped off at the Pisgah Inn, which is right below the summit of Mount Pisgah, located right on the Blue Ridge Parkway. And it has that beautiful WLOS tower on top of it. And this is the view that caused Mr. Vanderbilt to want to build his home here. Okay, so now we walk down this little path to the gardens. We didn't see them when we were back up there until we got to the very end of that long flat surface with the gravel. So we did see where we're supposed to go now. So we walked down this little path. I've heard a lot about the gardens here, that they're pretty impressive. So we're going to go see those right now. What time is it? 4:47. Oh, we got 13 minutes to get down here. Yes, these close at 5. We didn't realize it was approaching 5. It's 4:47. Look how fertile that soil is there. Nice and dark and rich. Understanding is inside the conservatory here, which is like a large greenhouse or tropical plants, and I do believe I see some palm trees. Yes, I do. Look at this. Really neat looking. another whole room in there. Well, go ahead if you want to. I want her to be able to see it all before they close. And I'm just going to record what I can. This was the part she was really wanting to see, I think, other than the Christmas lights. And every time I think I've seen it, there's another room that goes back. So there's the cool house, the other was the hot house. And it goes all the way back and just circles around. I can't tell it's any different temperature in here than anywhere else in here. I think, in my opinion, that's the prettiest spot in here right there. With the little bench and then whatever that is, and then the palmetto behind it. Called the Italian Garden. A lot of sculptures. So the sunset going down behind the mountains. Okay, so we're sitting out here under the tent, the heated tent now that I showed you a few minutes ago. And we've seen, we're basically waiting on our tour to start at 6:15. We have to be in line by 6. We've got another 20 minutes or so. So we've seen everything we can see up to this point. We've seen Antler Village, and we've seen the garden areas. And then we walked up on top behind the wall where you're kind of elevated and you can get a good shot of the house. So we're just kind of waiting now, so give me your impressions so far.
I think the garden area, like in the spring or summertime, would be absolutely amazing, and that you really want to take your time going through. The season that we're in, obviously, there wasn't really anything to look at on the outside.
You have to talk a little louder, we don't have mics.
On the outside, so there wasn't much to see because everything was, pretty much, dead in the winter. But the inside was really pretty. It had a lot of beautiful plants. I mean, I was very impressed with that.
Yeah, especially all the tropical plants are at. That was really nice.
It was really, really pretty. And, Antler Village, I just wasn't overly wowed by that. I guess I pictured it to be a lot bigger. But I do like the little shops that they have over here in the courtyard. I think those are pretty nice. And this little heated tent, which I'm sure is just here in the wintertime, is nice and cozy to sit, wait or eat a little snack or something.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to going into the house.
Yeah, haven't been in yet, so I think that's going to be the highlight. Yeah, I agree on Antler Village. Thoroughly, in my opinion, underwhelming. I was expecting a lot more shops. I kind of had in mind something like the Island in Pigeon Forge, where there was just like a lot of different varieties of shops. There really was not. There are a couple of eateries there that I'm sure are very good, but when it said allow 2 hours to see it, that kind of gave me the impression there was a lot more to do.
Yeah.
And I could have seen it in 15 minutes, what all we saw anyway. So
maybe they were including, like, if you were going to eat a meal there or something.
Yeah, they had to have been. And the winery, obviously we didn't tour that.
Yeah.
But as far as the gardens, very impressive. I thought the garden area was pretty. I think, like she said, when things are blooming and growing, that would be amazing to see. The inside, what they call the conservatory.
Yeah.
That was pretty, really, really nice. The whole grounds are immaculate. Really looking forward to getting inside. All these years, we've lived an hour and 15 minutes from Biltmore House, and this is our first trip here.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we're doing it.
Me too.
I really am. Okay, here's another Chihuly sculpture. We're walking to get in line now, so just scanned our tickets again. They scanned them at the gate when we entered and just scanned them again. So we turn around now and get a better view of that. There we go. We're getting ready to make our grand entrance into the Biltmore. And I'm talking quiet because everybody else is. All right, here we go.
There's, and she'll get you, call you over to get your audio in just a moment. Just the two of you.
So we are in. So now we get a little audio device that kind of narrates it as we go, I guess. Okay, so the way this works, we look for the number here. That's number 1. So they give us a little telephone looking thing. So I guess there's no way, I'm going to have to tell you basically what it says because this is like a phone. I have to put it up to my ear.
Yeah.
Okay. This is called the Winter Garden here. Okay, so this is the billiard room, and this is where they would go after supper to just relax or have fun or hang out. 2 billiard tables. Nice fireplace. We are now entering the banquet hall. Wow. So the little recording that we're listening to said that when the men came to supper here, they wore ties, a white shirt and ties, and the ladies wore their most elegant dresses to eat supper. It's pretty impressive. That part's coming out. So. Okay, this is just the other side of what we first saw when we came in.
Masters in this hall, hear ye news today, up from oversea, and ever are ye pray. Rolling on the hills, through the milk by snow, burn I use leaves, nowhere.
ironically, as I was listening to the recording, it said this is less formal, which I can't tell it. It's still pretty elegant. But you see from this angle that I'm going to tell you something else I just learned. Where's the portrait of his grandfather, the Cornelius? Oh, okay, behind me. Right there. Cornelius Vanderbilt was George Vanderbilt's grandfather, and his nickname was the Commodore. Now, the University of Vanderbilt, or Vanderbilt University in Nashville, their team name is the Commodores. So I'm going to guess that's where they adapted that name from, was from his nickname. Can't prove that, but that would make sense. Pretty impressive. So these are two paintings by Claude Monet, because George Vanderbilt liked pictures with views. So we're now entering the music room, and we just learned that this was not completed when George Vanderbilt built the house. This is something that wasn't completed later on. It's the music room. Okay, so here in the library, this library contains about half of his 22,000 books that he acquired in his life. So there's about 11,000 books here. And he passed away at age 51. They said by that time he had read 3,189 of his books, an average of 81 books a year. Okay, so now we go up the grand staircase. Okay, the sign says no photography on the staircase. So, wow, look at that. What this room is because there's no sign, but it was obviously somebody's bedroom and they had their own bath back there.
It says right there, Van Dyke room.
Where you see that?
On the door.
Oh, okay. All right. Here we go. It's another bedroom here. And, well, I'm going to try to zoom in if I can't read it. Let's see. It's very dark, so I don't know if that's coming in clearly or not.
Let me see if I can see. Moreland room?
Moreland?
Yeah, it's on this side.
Okay. So we're guessing those are like guest chambers where visitors would stay, maybe. Not really a lot of explanation to those. So we're going back down steps now. Probably shouldn't record while I'm going down steps. So here's one of the bathrooms. Now, I'm just going to show you what it looks like. You're not allowed to use any of the bathrooms in the house, so be aware of that before you come in. Okay, so now I feel like I'm in a castle or an old prison or something. This kind of reminds me of the Masonry Fort in St. Augustine. Right here. It's neat.
It does.
So what does it say?
Stone Quarter.
Stone Quarter. So let's see what the information is on that. I'm just going to try something and see if y'all can hear this over the speaker.
This stone corridor reveals some of the building's bones that literally support the ambitious vision of George Vanderbilt. It gives visitors a deeper look at the skill of the architects and workmen who built Biltmore. George's determination to build an enormous French Renaissance revival-styled chateau was not enough. He envisioned a thoroughly modern home with every convenience, including 288 electric light fixtures, 43 bathrooms with indoor plumbing, and 2 electric elevators. He also required central heating, fire alarms, a telephone system, and mechanical refrigeration. Supporting the 175,000 square foot home is a massive foundation of rough-hewn stone, all quarried locally, nearly 30 feet deep and about 15 feet thick at its base. The full construction of Biltmore required more than 1,000 workers, all paid. Some came from Europe or cities in the U.S., but many were local. Some would be trained at Biltmore to develop skills and trades that could carry them forward for the rest of their lives. Even in this rarely used service hallway, the precision and elegance of their workmanship is on
Okay, enough of that one. So what I was doing there was holding the phone that we've been listening to in each room. I was actually holding it up over the speaker on the camera. I don't know how that sounds, but I was curious. Some of the explanations are very long, so that's why I cut that one off. We're now in 19, Exhibition Building, Biltmore House. Okay, so you hit 19 on here, and it starts.
We will talk in the next stop about this brightly colored room, but first let us draw your attention to the exhibit in the center. Biltmore is testimony to the vision of George Vanderbilt, Richard Morris Hunt, and Frederick Law Olmsted. but its magnificence is the direct result of the craftsmanship, innovation, and labor of those who literally built it. This exhibit, titled
Okay, this is kind of interesting here. It actually shows a little bit of the construction as it was going on. Yes, it is. So these must actually be the dressing rooms then.
Oh, I guess you had your own little room.
Yeah. Let's see. There we go. So several of them. Oh, that's quite an outfit in there. Why is that one bigger with a sink and a mirror? All that is right before the swimming pool. That's what we're going to see next. That's a deep pool.
Mm-hmm.
Nine and a half feet. It looks deeper than that to me. So an interesting fact from the narration here, this pool held 70,000 gallons of water. And they didn't use chlorine then, so each time it was used, they drained it, scrubbed it, and then refilled it. And those ropes right there with the loops, that was for people who couldn't swim to be able to get in the water and not drown and hold on to those. The gymnasium.
Preserving one's health was a growing American obsession in George Vanderbilt's day, as athletic clubs and YMCA's started springing up across the country. In fact, Asheville, North Carolina was well established as a health resort destination, famous for its fresh mountain air and gentle climate, both of which drew George and his mother to visit for the first time. Once here.
Okay, so this hallway here is the domestic service, and this is where the people who were hired to keep the estate running, the help, the ones that didn't live, or some of them lived off-site and went home every night, but some were hired from other countries and other areas and brought in, so they lived down these halls. But that's not going to focus. Anyway, I'll tell you what it's saying. That's going to be blurry because it's so dark, but there's a motor in there. And that drives the fan that provides air for the banquet hall and the pipe organ upstairs.
What's that big long thing?
Yeah, it's not going to come in. So that's where they stored the food, I suppose.
Yeah,
Okay, if I build you something like this, would you be the head housekeeper and keep it clean and running efficiently?
If you build me something like this, I want to live like she lived. What was her name? Edith. I want to be Edith. You know, where we enjoy the library together. We enjoy our.
I guess maybe this is the head housekeeper's room. I don't know. It's very dark in here. I know the video quality probably isn't that good, but there's very, very little light. Another bedroom. Suck your feet. Wash area. Yep, sure is. That bed don't look too comfortable. One thing what?
I'm noticing they didn't have their own personal bathrooms down here.
No, I guess not.
I mean, is that not a bedpan on the floor?
Huh?
Is that a bedpan on the floor?
Okay, maybe that's not something where you soak your feet.
I don't know either.
Charles has another theory you want to share it. You're right. I wasn't thinking about that aspect of it, so. So this is the rotisserie kitchen. Oh yeah, look at that. Probably ain't picking this up either. Let me try to get over here by the light. See if that helps. Maybe a little bit, I don't know. Yeah, I doubt it. Can't see much in here.
They didn't smell good when they were.
Oh, I bet so. So here's the main kitchen.
Original sink, I guess.
Okay, so where you at? What was this? Let's see if you know.
Well, I'm seeing went down and maybe it was a press of some sort. I don't know.
You don't know what that is?
What is it?
Yeah, if I tell you, how you ever learn anything?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So here was the servants' dining room. They had a pretty nice one. Okay, so this is the laundry hallway. And I don't see a thing in there that has to do with laundry.
No, it looks like they stored extra plants.
What number is that? 32? Oh wow, look at that. I don't know if you can see those signs or not on the sinks, but they say Ivory Soap. Look at that. And I do believe that was an extractor that would spin the water out of the clothes. Okay, on that little extractor machine, I'm still trying to figure it out because it's got a motor on the back. I'd like to know how they powered that motor at the time. And that little foot pedal in front of it would be the brake to stop it. But what that would do is spin all the, it's like the spin cycle on your washing machine. Working in textiles for years, I've seen many of those. And much bigger ones. Man, I thought we was about done. We're going back up steps again now. And again, keep in mind, there are no bathrooms inside the thing. We've probably been here an hour and a half and we're not done yet, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so we're at number 35. Now it says thank you, so I'm going to assume we're done. Yes, we are. That's where we came in at. Okay, so we just finished up the tour of the Biltmore House here in Asheville, North Carolina, our very first trip here. And I'm going to let you start off first, as always, and tell what you thought of it. Like I say, it's a first-time experience for us. We live an hour and 15 minutes from here. We've traveled coast to coast and have not ever been here until tonight. So we finally decided we were actually going to do it a couple of years back at Christmas, but I was not able to get tickets then. They were like sold out then. And I emailed them and didn't get an email back until February. So by that time it was a little late. So we decided this year was the year we were going to do it. So tell what you thought.
Well, it was absolutely beautiful. The house is amazing. We already said about the gardens, how pretty they would be in the spring. The conservatory was amazing. The house, and we didn't get to go into every room. I don't even know how many rooms you're not allowed to go into, but
well, there were 35 numbered exhibits.
Yeah, but you still got to look in some rooms. So I don't know. I mean, 250 rooms. We only saw one bathroom, so out of 250, there's how many bathrooms? 43.
Yeah, 43 bathrooms.
Yeah. Anyway, the house is amazing. I mean, very beautifully decorated, just amazing. Would I ever like to live in something like that? No, I wouldn't want something that big.
Well, that's good, because I don't think we ever will live in something like that.
I would not want that. But it is beautiful to see, so I'm really glad we got to tour it, and especially at Christmas. It was really pretty. I think the library was my favorite decorated room. It just looked the most cozy and just Christmassy. I mean, every room was beautiful, but I think that was probably my favorite.
Oh, good. Yeah. So we arrived, I don't know, 3 o'clock or so to Antler Village.
Yes,
we had done some reading before we came. Antler Village was supposed to, my understanding, have some shops, and it had a few, some eateries, and which it did have. I was completely unimpressed with Antler Village. That's just me.
Yeah.
You may love it. I didn't care a thing for it. Even the gift shop that was supposed to be open till 5 was not open. If I come back to Biltmore, I'm not even going to honestly go up to Antler Village. I'll just come and enjoy the house. Now, the house, on the other hand, everything Antler Village wasn't, the house was. So it's the most extraordinary building I've ever been in.
And to know it's a private home.
Yeah, to know it was a private home. It's absolutely mind-boggling, especially that something like that was built back so long ago, over 100 years ago. I mean, they've had buildings and dwellings even since Bible times and prior to that. But it was just amazing, some of the architecture and the technology and just the way they could make things even back then. We seem to sometimes get the idea that in our day is when we have all the technology, but there's some stuff there that
it's almost like we think we have the knowledge, but they had knowledge back then.
Just brilliance. So I would agree with your favorite room. I would definitely put the library as my favorite as well, although there were a lot of nice ones. I really liked the first dining hall that we came to. That was pretty elegant. I actually liked the winter garden where when we first came in, the two ladies were playing. I heard the music, and I'm sitting there worried about getting a copyright. Then I was so relieved to see that they were actually playing that there live. So hopefully I won't have any issues. And then the singers, the choir, I guess you would call them, they came and they sang several songs. I'm only going to enclose one of them in this video, even though I recorded several because they were lengthy. I wanted a Christmas song that I was familiar with. The first two they sung talked about Christmas, but I'd never heard them. So,
and I couldn't understand all the words in them.
So they did a really good job. It just really added to the festive atmosphere. The shops here at the Biltmore house itself are nice. I like those. The Christmas shop, it was small, but it was nice. And then they had that bigger gift shop that you bought. She bought some wassail, which is a spiced Christmas drink. So overall, I'm glad we came.
Yeah, I do.
It's not cheap to come here at all, but it's just work. You got to see it at least once. And as I mentioned in the video, and I want to emphasize this, there are no restrooms inside the mansion that you're allowed to use. So you better figure on a 90-minute minimum. If you listen to everything that little phone tells you in each room, you're going to be there longer than that. I would listen to enough to get the information I wanted, then I'd cut it off, record, and then move on to the next one. And even with that, we were in there close to 2 hours.
Yeah.
So just be sure that you're aware of the bathroom situation. There are some right outside as you go in the shopping, and then there's also some that you go down a walkway. So
they will remind you that when you go inside.
Yes. And when you're going up the staircase, they won't let you record or take pictures while you're walking up or down the staircase because they don't want you to fall. And the reason I know that's because I heard a lady say it, and the reason I heard her say it is because she was talking to me. But I wasn't recording. I actually was getting ready to go down. I hit the button to stop. So I think she just saw my screen out. But she told me, she said, we don't want you having an accident. I said, I understand. I said, I cut it off. I was just waiting for it to kick off. So, but yeah, no photography on the staircase. You're not actually supposed to stop.
No.
You can't even stop and take a picture. They don't want you losing your balance or falling. And you could do that. It was just amazing, the play. I don't know what other word to say besides amazing.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
So we're going to go ahead and catch the trolley back. I'm going to walk up here to the top of the wall where everybody photographs it from, and I'm going to let that be our closing video clip with our end screen. So, because it's just really impressive. So anyway, thank y'all for watching this video. If you like it, like and subscribe.
And find and follow us on Facebook.
And have a wonderful and blessed day and a Merry Christmas.